Hello, everyone. Welcome back to the Beef Up Front podcast. This is your host, Ryan Coyle, and today I'm joined by a special guest and Sam Brown. He's a D1 football recruit from Philadelphia, PA, goes to LaSalle College High School. Sam, how you doing?
I'm good, man. How are you?
Good. Thanks for coming on the show. I mean, as I said, you're a four-star football recruit. You're also a pretty good basketball player as well, I've heard. So, is there anything else you want to say about yourself? Introduce yourself before we get into some questions.
That's pretty much it. That's pretty much it. I'm ready.
All right. So if you could describe 2020 in one word, as we've seen so many challenges throughout the coronavirus, stuff this world has never seen, what would you say, and how have you attacked this year despite all the challenges to make yourself a better person and a better player?
I would just say the biggest word I would say is just been crazy. Just everything going on, especially with a lot of the protesting, and everything that was going on, and just with the whole virus. And so I made sure that during the whole virus I had to find things to do because I wasn't able to get in the gym and get on the field because everything was closed. So I had to do things at home, and it's not always easy pushing yourself because no one's around. But I knew that that's what I had to do, and those were things that you need to do to get better.
Yeah, it's been the big thing with a lot of guys I talk to. It's really been 2020. They've described it as a self-motivation type of year. If you really want it, you're gonna be finding the ways, not making excuses that how everything's closed, kind of torn away from your team. You haven't been able to work out with your team, I assume, for most of the off season. So definitely a challenge, but it's good to hear you're still finding ways to get better. Like I said, you're a very good basketball player as well. You play for Kalo Elite, who's one of the premier programs in the Philadelphia area. How do you feel your basketball background helps you on the football field and kind of makes you a better athlete?
I would say it helps a lot with my athleticism and stamina, just from running up and down the court constantly. And that's pretty much it with that. I mean, I would say football helps me a lot with basketball more, especially from a strength standpoint, because I play hard and I'm stronger than a lot of other guards because what I do in football, the lifting and everything we do from that.
So, I mean, what goes into on a daily basis being a great running back like you are? As I was saying, four-star recruit, that makes you one of the kind of the top guys in the country, definitely one of the top guys in the state of Pennsylvania. And such a young age, you're only going into your junior year. How have you gotten to the level of a player that you currently are at?
Just working out every day. I mean, just to get better. No matter if I would say the only day I really take off to rest and everything like that is Sunday.
Okay.
And I would say just working out Monday through Saturday, no matter what it's from basketball or football, just getting in from early in the morning to later in the day. I would say probably I get about maybe 2 workouts in a day each day. And I feel that got me to the point where I'm at now and will help me in the future to where I want to get.
When did it really click for you that you had a shot of being a big time athlete, a big time player? And kind of, has this been a thing that since you were little, or in recent years you really realized that you have a special talent and you want to make the most of it?
I would say when I was little, I mean, I always knew I was good. I played running back, and I never really got the opportunity to play that because I was always bigger than a lot of other kids. So I was offensive line and things like that. So I never really got a shot. So I would say probably my 7th grade year, that's when I went to a school called Norwood, and I didn't play youth football. I played with the Mountaineer Bantams for most of my childhood.
Okay.
And that's when I got the opportunity to play running back. And that was what my dad played growing up. So I knew that that was the position I wanted to excel in. And from then on, 8th grade and ninth grade, and from now, like that's what I've just stuck with. And freshman year, it was hard on me because I didn't know like what would happen because I got hurt and I missed like 4 or 5 games in the season. But I knew when I came back what I had to do, and from then on, my first game, my first carry, I scored a touchdown, and from that point on, like I just made sure like what I have to do to get where I want to be. And summer, I got my first 3 offers. So I got Temple, Bowling Green, and Michigan State, and I knew like it was from like all the hard work I put in, and yeah, that was pretty much it.
Yeah. So kind of some of the bigger name schools that you're currently have offers from. You have offers from Wisconsin, West Virginia, Tennessee, Baylor, Ole Miss. So those are just a few. I know you have a little over 15 major Division I offers. What is it like to be in the discussion to play football with all these big time programs?
I mean, it's a blessing and just like a dream of mine ever since I was little. Because I mean, everyone, like if you're an athlete, everyone dreams to play on like the big stage, and everyone the big school. So I mean, that's always been a dream of mine, and it's like a dream come true.
Yeah, I mean, you're definitely gonna have the chance to play at some big time school. It'll be definitely cool to see follow your career going forward. But what are you looking for from schools and like their sales pitch to you? Like what's like a sticking point that you want to make sure a school has before you make a commitment to them?
Well, with the school, I want to make sure like with my high school, like that was like the school I fell in love with. Like, I fell in love with the school from there. So when I visit a college, that's what I want to get out of it. Of course, I want to build a relationship with the coaching staff. But sorry, my friend's leaving. But of course, I want to build a relationship with the coaching staff. But in some of the players on the team. But I also want to go to a school where it feels like a home to me. And yeah.
So does like location matter to you? Like I know you said you have Temple. I'm pretty sure you have Rutgers as well. So those are pretty 2 local schools, or would you be fine going all the way out to California or something?
I wouldn't have a problem with it. It's really my parents that, of course, they don't want me to go far.
Yeah.
They close to home because I mean they come to all my games, and it's been that little. So I mean it would be kind of hard on them, but for me, I mean I don't have a problem with going to school far. Of course, I'm going to pick the school that's best for me, no matter if that's close to home or not. But I always feel exploring, like if I go to, let's say I go to a school like Nebraska or Cal Berkeley or something like that. I mean, exploring new things and
you gotta do what's best for yourself at the end of the day to help you reach all your goals. But I assume since you're only entering your junior year, you probably haven't visited many schools yet, and then with the pandemic and everything, all campuses being shut down, you've definitely had a unique recruiting process, probably with a lot of like digital stuff, with like Zoom and phone calls, text messages, stuff like that, instead of some in-person contact. What has the recruiting process been like to you, and how would you describe it?
I feel like the recruiting process is good. Like it's really been going well. Of course, like I was a sophomore this past year, so the coaches, they can't reach out to us until September 1st. So the contact, it's kind of hard because you never know like when to talk to them. So sometimes you have to reach out to them on your own. But yeah, like some of the schools, I talked to probably about like maybe 3 or 4 schools weekly, and the coaches tell me to just give them a call every week because they can't reach out to me. Like it's against NCAA rules. So,
so as long as you're following all the guidelines, and it's still definitely cool. I'm a Division III basketball player, and just the recruiting process was one of the cooler things about becoming a college athlete. But what have you been hearing about this upcoming season? And do you think that if the season's canceled, it'll impact when you're gonna try and make your college decision?
I mean, from what I've been hearing, it seems like that they might push it back. I know they canceled the Philadelphia public school to January 1st. So I feel like that they might do that with us. Do I want that to happen? Of course not. But I mean, it's really up to, what they do, what they feel is best for us. And with the whole, like, if I were to commit, I don't think it would really like mess up time for that. I mean, I'm not sure like when I would commit, but I know that it will probably be sometime late summer of junior year going into senior year or something like that.
Okay. So a guy that you probably have heard a lot about, you're probably very familiar with, is DeAndre Swift. Obviously, arch rival, St. Joe's Prep. So kind of got a little hate towards him, but he went on to have a standout career at Georgia, and then he was a second-round draft pick this past year in the NFL. And you're probably regarded as like the best Philadelphia running back since him. How do you envision yourself having a successful college career like him, eventually making it into the NFL? And what do you think you have to do as a player to reach those goals?
I mean, from DeAndre Swift, I mean, like, when I was little, I mean, like, probably 8th or 7th grade. That's when he was at St. Joe's Prep, just looking at him and everything, high school to college. I mean, like, it was a lot. And I know he's going to do, big things in the NFL just from the player he is. And I feel like the thing that stands out about him, and I feel like also about my game as a running back, is because he can do so many things as a running back. A lot of running backs who are in college and the NFL, they're just runners. Like they get the ball, they can't catch, they can't block, they can't do all those things that he can. And I feel like that's what's different about my game. Of course, I can run the ball well and block and stuff like that, but I'm also good. I can catch the ball, you can put out a receiver at times like that, and I feel like that's what separates a lot of running backs. And I feel like when he gets to the league, that's what's going to separate him from a lot of the other running backs, and why he'll be one of the best running backs in the NFL.
Yeah, that's what I noticed before we hopped on the call. I was watching some of your highlights, and I noticed you have got great downfield speed. You can run good routes and everything. And the big thing with you is kind of when you see the hole, you hit it hard and you just accelerate past the guys in the secondary. And that was Swift's big thing. Another guy in the NFL, like Alvin Kamara, is comparable to that, where he can affect the game receiving and running. That's the big thing in the NFL. It keeps you on the field for all 3 downs. You're not just a traditional 2-down back who's gonna have to come off the field on passing down. That's a big thing that'll help you not only in high school, college, but eventually in the NFL if hopefully you make it there one day. But who would you say you model your game after? I mean, we kind of talked about it a little bit there, but guys in the league that you kind of aspire to play like.
I would say that my favorite running back was always Le'Veon Bell. But like we have like the same like size and stuff like that. But I feel like Le'Veon Bell, he's more patient than I am.
Yeah, he's got that pitter patter behind the line.
Yeah,
you're more the explode right through it.
Yeah, so I would say, I mean, if I'm thinking of a running backs that I compare to, I would probably say like a guy like Eddie George or like a Darren McFadden, guys like.
Eddie George is another local guy he went to Abington.
Yeah.
All right? So it's the PCL championship. You guys versus the Prep, and you have a quarterback to lead you on a game-winning drive down the field. Would you rather it be Lamar Jackson or Patrick Mahomes?
I gotta go with Lamar.
Oh, Lamar! You gotta go with Patrick Mahomes, highest paid athlete ever.
I don't know.
The Super Bowl too.
Lamar's game, he can do so much.
Yeah. All right. How about some basketball talk? LeBron or MJ? Who's your GOAT? Or are you Kobe guy?
LeBron James.
Yeah, LeBron all the way. I got the Clippers though over the Lakers. I think.
You do?
I think the Clippers. I'm afraid the Lakers might have some trouble if they play Dame and the Blazers first round.
I think LeBron, AD. I think they got him.
It'll be nice. It'll be competitive. But what do you see yourself studying in college, and what are your plans for life after football? Do you have any like other passions besides football and basketball that you could see yourself doing one day?
Yes. So for studying college, I haven't, really like thought about. I mean, like I've thought about it, but
Yeah, you're still
like,
young.
I'm not really sure on it yet, and I still
Hmm.
have time. But
Yeah.
for life after football, I've always wanted to like get into like physical therapy and stuff like that. So
Okay.
I feel like I would like enjoy doing.
Yeah, and with your sports background, you'll definitely be able to help a lot of people out, I think, with that. I got one more question for you. It's kind of been throughout my interviews. I've been asking this to a lot of guys. What do you like want to get out of football? I mean, some people aspire to have all the fame. A lot of guys go after for money for themselves, for their family. People chase legacies. Some people are just all about winning, all that stuff. What does Sam Brown want to do every time he steps on the football field?
Um, so when I get on the football field, of course, guys, they want the fame and stuff like that, but it's not all about that to me. I want, you know, to put an impact on not just like myself, but on others too when they watch me play.
Hmm. So do you all ready for the season? Despite all the challenges that you think are going to come with it for both basketball and football, you feel like you've been prepared enough throughout this off season?
Yes, I do. In all season, I mean, I've worked out with my running back trainer named Brian Hare, and I feel like he's done a lot with me to get me where I am, and that I'll have a big season, hopefully
All
for
right.
that.
I appreciate it, Sam. Thanks for taking some time to talk with us here at Beef Up Front, and best of luck going forward throughout the rest of your high school career. And hopefully, we're watching you play on Saturdays and Sundays going forward.
Yeah, thank you. Appreciate it.
All right. Have a good one, man.